cusp of Bound for Glory, and the tag team situation is a little murky right now. How do you guys feel going into Bound for Glory? What are your thoughts on the tag team title situation right now?
I mean, I would say that Machine Gun and I are used to being marked men. Now the proverbial forbidden door has been not only open, but kicked down in Impact Wrestling. I mean, we've got, teams from New Japan and Bullet Club and Finn Juice. We've got Impact teams gunning for us, of course. We've got teams over at AEW looking across, gunning for us. But we're totally prepared, D'Lo. It's that same old recipe. We say it on Impact Wrestling every single week. It's a magic killer, a 1, 2, 3, and a just too sweet. It's been working for years, and it's going to work at Bound for Glory.
One issue that the good brother and I never have is a lack of confidence. And whether we win a match or whether we lose a match, we know that we're going to bounce back next. And, walking into Bound for Glory, I feel like we've cemented what we came to Impact Wrestling to do, and Bound for Glory, we're just going to continue doing what the Good Brothers do, and that's just, no matter what, making headlines.
And I want to go back to something that Doc, you had mentioned, the Forbidden Door. Well, you two have gone through that Forbidden Door probably more than anyone else. How does it feel when you're in different companies and different rings, and you're representing Impact Wrestling?
It's a high honor, but like I said, we're used to being marked men because you're not always as welcome as you would feel in our home at Impact Wrestling when you walk into those places, because people want to know what the hell you're doing there. And when you're there week in and week out, like we've been at AEW, and then you jump over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Strong had the tag team Turbulence tournament. We went in there, we won that tournament to reestablish ourselves in that company, a company that put our names on the map. So there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, but like Machine Gun said, we're two very confident guys, and you know that as well. So you just got to wear it, you got to live it, and you got to do it every single day, because we wanted that door to be open. It's damn sure open now.
Yeah, I feel like they know what we're there to do. We're there to win matches and make absolutely as much money as we possibly can. So wherever we go, we're not liked. But that's not something that the LG and I really think about, or you can lose much sleep about. Because if you start thinking about that stuff, you're going to start losing. You're going to start losing matches, and you're going to start losing money. And we don't want to lose either of those.
Oh, hell no.
Nobody wants to lose money, but this is called Press Pass. So I'm going to open this up to the press and see what they got to say, because I could ask questions all day, because, we do brother all day long.
Oh, for sure. We have, and we will.
Let's not tell too much. Anyway, let's go to the queue. Right now from Lucha Libre Online, I've got Michael Torres. Michael, I'd like to welcome you to the Press Pass. And what do you got? What's your question for the Good Brothers?
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Hope everyone is doing well. For the Good Brothers, you guys, on the other side of the fence, you have your achievements, but at a certain point, you were sit down on the bench without a reason for too long. When you came into Impact, you were hungry. You promised that you were going to conquer the world, and that's exactly what you've done so far. But you exceeded what your expectations were. So you were on singles main event, you were on tag team main event, you were on multi-man matches main event as well. For both of you, how does it feel to be part of a company that values you as performers, as humans, as a tag team, as a single wrestler, as everything?
I think it attests to the fact that we can both say that we're probably as professionally happy as we've ever been, because Impact's given us the opportunity to not only wave the Impact flag in Impact Wrestling, but I mean, Michael, we've talked to you a lot over the last year and a half, and as well as we do, that we wanted to wave that flag around the world. And we're doing it. I think we're doing it well. And when the world fully opens up from the pandemic stuff, we're going to be doing it even more. There is nowhere that we won't go and defend these Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. And, again, back to being confident, we're very proud men. And I think that we have a lot to be proud of, but a hell of a lot more to do so that we can keep that up. And like Karl said, keep making money, keep accomplishing goals.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry, my audio kind of went out when you were asking the question. I kind of missed almost all of that. I apologize. But I'm sure Gallows answered it perfectly.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's just basically, how do you feel to be part of a company that values you for being a single wrestler, a tag team wrestler, that guarantees you the opportunity to be in multiple main events, to win titles, to be that person that carries the flag for Impact Wrestling around the world? Like, how does it feel for you to have, to be part of a company that values you as a performer, as a human as well?
Yeah, no, this Impact came calling to LG and I at a time when we weren't particularly sure where we were going to end up, what we were going to do. We knew that in our minds, like we always say, we're confident brothers. We knew that we were going to end up fine and land on our feet, but we weren't exactly sure where we were going to go and what we were going to do. And Impact came and really gave us an opportunity to show everyone that what we can do. And like, we're proud to be Impact guys. We want to wave that Impact flag for a long time. No matter what happens with our future, where we end up for the rest of our careers, I know that we'll always have a real special spot for Impact Wrestling. And to be able to be in the main events that we've done, and be able to do the New Japan stuff, and be able to have the New Japan guys come over to Impact, be able to have the AEW guys come into the Impact Zone, to be able to have Kenny Omega come in the Impact Zone, that's something that we look at as very special, and Impact holds a real special spot in our hearts.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and wishing you success not only in Battle for Glory, but in everything you have in your careers going. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. And I'll just add into what you guys were saying, if you don't mind, as someone who has spent time in other locker rooms and other companies. We've got something very unique here in Impact Wrestling, and there's a feel, a vibe. You can see it when you're in the locker room. There's nobody in separate dressing rooms. Everyone sits in a giant room. Everyone is just hanging out with each other, and that's a special thing that we have here.
Absolutely, man.
And with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next one. I've got Stephanie from Steel Chair Wrestling Magazine up next. Stephanie, how are you doing? And welcome to the Press Pass.
Hi, Gallows. How are you?
I am fine. How are you doing?
I'm great. And hi to Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson.
Hello, Stephanie.
Talk to you. It's only the first time in 1 year, a little bit more than a year. I was surprised at me. I haven't had this talk before. We don't know yet who is going to be your opponents at Bound for Glory. Maybe Finjuice, maybe the Bullet Club. Which team would be the less worst, if I can say it like that, for you? Because I'm sure you don't want any of them. But yeah, what is the situation that you?
I mean, there's a lot of history between both teams and between the Good Brothers, because when we were on top of the world in New Japan Pro Wrestling at the height of the Bullet Club era, when we were winning tournaments and winning the IWGP Tag Team titles numerous times, both David Finlay and Juice Robinson were young boys. They were seconding to the ring. They were out there on one knee watching us do our thing. So I think they learned a lot from watching us. And then when we were away from that for a while, watching them grow into themselves was really cool. They're a really talented team. But then you look at the Bullet Club, and we are Bullet Club. We're the reason that there is a Bullet Club. And, Hikuleo is the blood brother of Tama Tonga, the biggest man of that lineage ever to come down the pike. So that's a dangerous duo there, too. So the lesser of two evils, I'm not sure which one it is. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that Machine Gun and I will have a game plan, and I definitely hope to see a gun stun and a magic killer be the finish for Bound for Glory.
Yeah, we're prepared for both. We're prepared for anybody at any time, any place. It sounds cliche, but we've been doing this for a long, long time. We're not scared of anybody. We're not fearing anybody ever, anywhere in the world. And so, Bound for Glory, like whoever's there, whoever it ends up being, it's just another team that's in our way for us to show that we're the greatest tag team to ever step foot in a professional wrestling ring anywhere in the world for any company ever.
I'm right. Another notch in the belt.
Just a teeny second question. When can shop on Mania free.
Well, I'll tell you this, Stephanie. The real problem is not the bigger member of the Good Brothers. It's the slightly smaller, quicker one in the machine gun, Karl Anderson, because that stuff takes a lot of work. And, you know, we've been talking on here about the Forbidden Door all day. We've been waving the flag of Impact Wrestling, not only at Impact, but in New Japan and AEW. And we've been going around the country making appearances. We're one of the most sought-after acts in the business, which is a very cool thing. But we don't have any time right now. So I'm dying to get that thing shot, get it out there for you guys. But the answer is it's coming, and I don't know when.
It's one of the
Give us time. Give us time.
So great, so funny, so silly, and I had the fun of my life watching them.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, I hope
Thank
you
you,
watch
guys.
number 3 as
Thank
well.
you, guys.
Thanks. All right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.